convening the zoning hearing officer meeting of November 4th, 2021. I'm Joe Leclerc, zoning hearing officer for San Mateo County Planning and Building Department. I want to thank Lisa Grote for her many years of service as zoning hearing officer for the county. She did a very able job, and I hope I can fill her big shoes. And thank you, Lisa. Deb, can you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Deb. We'll now provide an opportunity for oral communication from the public for any matter that is not on the agenda. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to address this meeting on matters not on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on to our regular agenda. There are no consent agenda items. So I'll read the first and only item into the record.
Joe, let me read the script for speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And perhaps after you read it, then we could maybe call public comment one more time, just because I do see two people on the attendee side that may or may not, know how to use the whole process. But if you like.
Yeah, no, please do read the instructions.
Okay, go ahead, Deb.
For those attending the meeting on the Zoom video conference, we will use the raise hand feature in order to organize any public comments during the general public comment period. And for each item on the regular agenda, I will ask those members of the public who wish to comment to click the raise hand feature to raise your hand to speak on that agenda item. For those joining by phone, please press *9 to indicate your desire to speak. Please note that members of the public must wait for my prompt in connection with each agenda item before you raise your hand function. For example, you cannot raise your hand at the beginning of the meeting for an agenda item that is later in the meeting. When you hear your name called, I will prompt you to unmute and your account and inform you that you may begin speaking.
Thank you, Deb. So is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak on an item that is not on our agenda today? If so, please raise your hand. Hearing none, we'll move on to our regular agenda. Thank you, Deb. So the first and only item on the agenda is an application by Randy Ralston and Linda Mendiola, planning case number PLN 2021-00238. It's located on Avenue del Oro in El Granada on assessor's parcel number 047217110. And it's the consideration of a coastal development permit and certificate of compliance type B to legalize an existing 6,000 square foot parcel. And this project is appealable to the California Coastal Commission. And Ramel Panglao is here to present the project for us. Ramel?
Thank you, Joe. Just wanted to confirm, can everyone see my presentation screen?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Good morning, everybody. This is staff's presentation on item number 1, consideration of a coastal development permit and a COC type B to confirm the legality of a 6,000 square foot existing parcel. This project is appealable to the California Coastal Commission. One moment. Just to give everybody a little bit of context, this is the location of the project site, and it is surrounded by single-family residential development. Here again, you can see the location here on the parcel map. In terms of conformance with the regulations, specifically the urban land use policies of the general plan, the parcel's future development with the single-family residence would be in compliance with applicable development and design review standards. In terms of compliance with the LCP, specifically the locating and planning new development component, the parcel configuration itself will not have any substantial impacts on coastal resources. The project is also in conformance with the subdivision regulations. With respect to environmental review, the project is categorically exempt per SEQA. Therefore, staff's recommendation is that the zoning hearing officer approve the coastal development permit and certificate of compliance, county file number PLN 2021-00238, by making the required findings and adopting the conditions of approval identified in the staff report. That concludes staff's presentation. I'm available for any questions, and the applicant and owner is also present for any questions.
Thank you very much, Ramel. I do not have any questions. I reviewed the staff report, and I think it's very clear. We have not received any correspondence on this item. Can you confirm that that is so, Deb?
Nope, I have received nothing.
Okay. So what I'd like to do now is open the public hearing and see whether there are members of the public who wish to provide comment on this item. If so, please raise your hand. If we have none, we can also provide opportunity for the applicant to speak with regard to their application.
I have nothing further to add to Ramel's presentation, but thank you.
Okay, then I will close the public hearing. And since we haven't had any input from the public, I want to ask the applicant if they have read and understand the findings and conditions of approval in the staff report and agree with them.
I reviewed everything, and yes, I do agree with the findings. Thank you.
Well then, pursuant to the findings as drafted by the staff and the conditions of approval, I hereby approve application number PLN 2021-00238. I would note that this decision can be appealed to the Planning Commission within 10 working days. The application for appeal must be in writing, and it's subject to a $616.35 appeal fee. And this application, because it is for a coastal development permit, is also appealable to the Coastal Commission directly. And the last date for receipt of an appeal is, as I said, 10 working days, which would bring us to the following Wednesday, which would date is that?
It's actually November 19th because we have a holiday in there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Veterans Day. So November 19th is the last day for an appeal either to the Planning Commission or the date for appeals filed to the Coastal Commission. I am uncertain of that, but it's specified in the California Coastal Commission's regulations. And that concludes this item. And with that, since we have no other items on the agenda, I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
I'll wait,
Yeah.